Welcome. For this tutorial, I'd like to show some recent improvements that make working with shapes much more efficient in LightStanza. So we'll start by opening up the Draw panel and add a simple box shape to model a walkway leading out from the front door. And while I'm creating the box, I also get these dimensions that are showing up in the plan view. And so I can really dial it in and get the exact length that I want, so 30 feet in this case. Then we're actually going to add a second box directly underneath to model the second portion of the sidewalk. And so now with this second length placed, I can use the rotation handles to rotate it into the proper position. By default, you get 15-degree rotation increments. And then if I hold down the shift key, that'll actually bring it to 1 degree. And as I'm rotating, now the dimensions are still visible in the plan. And so I'm not changing the size. It's a simple rotation. And so I'll rotate it into a 90-degree placement. And then we can also look at the same thing in a 3D view. And so if I switch to a 3D view, I can actually fix the size. I just realized I put these in at 10 feet instead of 1 feet. So I can adjust the height by clicking the blue anchor right here, just to get those at the same height. And then you can also rotate in the Z direction as well. And so that can be useful if you're modeling a ramp. You can get the same 15-degree increments or rotate it in 1 degree increments, and then we'll still see the dimensions the whole time, so we know what size it is while we're in a 3D view as well. So for this example, I'll just leave it flat at 0 degrees. And LightStanza now also has the ability to select multiple shapes in one selection, and so for that, we'll go back to our 2D lighting plan view. And with the modeling panels closed, if I window over my plan, I'll get a selection of everything that's contained in the window. So I got the shapes, the luminaires, and the calculation grids. Or if I first open the draw panel and select with the draw panel open, now I'll be limited to only rooms and shapes. And so I can grab these tables, and with those selected, I can also unlock the position and move them as a group, just to relocate them in one operation instead of having to select the tables one at a time. You can also delete them with them selected. And then similarly to that, the luminaires panel works in the same way. And so if I have the luminaires panel open, now my selection's limited to luminaires only. And then the calculation grids panel will allow me to only select calculation grids. So opening the modeling panels can be a very helpful technique to specifically select what you're looking for. And then with the latest changes, now you can update multiple shapes in one operation without having to individually select them. Thank you.